guys, I'm Charlie Ford and welcome back to my OFTV. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite banana bread recipes. This is one of my favorite snacks to eat. So why don't I show you? The first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And we're going to grease and flour this. The way I like to grease pans is I get some baking paper or alfoil and you just put some butter onto the alfoil and then you rub it all over it. Lately I've been trying to eat less dairy and meat. It's not that I'm trying to be vegetarian or vegan, I'm just trying to limit how much I do to minimize my impact on the consumption of animal products. I'm not personally a vegan, but I have seen enough as a vet to want to definitely not do too much. So the butter that I'm using today is an oat milk butter, and I've been switching to oat milk a little bit more often as well. The one I can't get rid of is cheese. I just love cheese so much. I'm trying though. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of flour into the tin. And then we're just gonna tap it. I'm gonna do this over the sink. But basically we tap the flour onto all the surfaces. Tammy, fuck off. Ooh, so we're gonna tap it to the edge and then tap it along until it's all coated. And then tap out the excess. And that's our floured pan. Ooh, slippery. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. Now, we are going to whisk our butter and our bananas together, I think. So what we're gonna do is beat our butter until it's like fluffy and creamy. I have the worst mixer in history, but you don't need much. We're going to measure out 125 grams of butter, and I do have a scale. Set 2 grams. Cool. When I first moved here, this thing was when I first moved here, this scale was set to ounces, and it took me a second to work out why everything was so off. Okay, 125. It's a little bit over, but this recipe doesn't need to be too exact. All right. Let's do it. Now, because this is an actual butter, it's going to be a good consistency pretty fast. All right, now we're going to add 2 eggs to this. My scale is to the side for a second. 2 precious eggs. They're still so expensive at the moment because of the bird flu. It is making it really hard to keep birds healthy enough to make eggs at the moment. Break up this butter chunk. and done. Now we want it to be pretty mixed because from here on out we're going to mostly be folding stuff and you don't want big chunks of butter in at that moment. The reason why we're going to be mostly folding is because we want to keep nice big chunks of banana. So next I have some old bananas here. Old ones are better because they taste more banana-y, and these I had in the fridge, so they kind of went a bit bad faster. Probably a bit too much. I'll do these 3. You want 3 to 4. I'm going to do 3. Where's my knife? And we're just going to pop them in here. I'm going to keep out the worst part, so they don't really have to, like old banana's good, I'm just fussy. This one. Least favorite part of making banana bread. So now we have our bananas in our bowl. We're going to get a fork, sorry, and we're going to mash it so that you get chunks of banana through the mixture. Because they're super ripe bananas, it's really easy to mash. That is key. It doesn't really taste like banana bread if you use like bananas that aren't super ripe. In the past, I've turned this into more of a protein version and added protein powder as well. Actually, I'm tempted to do that because I have some protein powder that I need to use up. I might incorporate some with my flour. Alright, so now we have our butter, egg, banana mix. See that? Alright, oh, Tammy thinks I'm going to give it to her. Alright, next we're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of honey. It's probably about 1. It's probably 2. So a cup of flour. I'm going to put in a couple of scoops of my protein. It's a vanilla one, so it'll taste fine in this. Actually, I might just do 1 scoop. I'm just trying to use it up. And then a bit under, just so it doesn't get too dry. I'm going to try and just do the remaining of the flour. Okay. And I'm going to do a nice generous pinch of cinnamon. I like lots of cinnamon in mine. Godspeed. There we go. Once I did that, and it was cumin and it was not fun. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in. And once this is folded, I'm going to add 50 grams of pecans or walnuts. I have a bit of both. I'm going to just try and use up some old nuts first. Now technically this recipe, this is a Jamie Oliver recipe, and he also adds a couple of tablespoons of apple juice, which I don't have. But if it starts to look a bit dry, I might just add a couple of tablespoons of water. But the apple juice is really yummy. It adds like a bit of sweetness to it. Unfortunately, I drank all of mine the other day. Okay, this looks fine. I don't think I'm going to need to add it. So, this whole bag is 250 grams. That's like 125, so about half of this. Normally I would break them up. I'm just being really lazy today. Let's be able to break it up with a fork a bit. bake it for 40 to 50 minutes. I always like to leave a little bit on the bowl so I can lick it. Are you a cake batter person too? Yum. That tastes delicious. All right, into the oven we go. Timer. 20 minutes. In the meantime, we have to lick the bowl. All right, it's been 50 minutes now. Let's take it out. Oh, that looks way better. All right. So, you want to let this cool before you flip it out because otherwise it might fall apart. And then we're gonna eat it. So, I'll come back once it's cool and we'll eat some. Mm-hmm.